I think we're live. I quite like this live that we have going on here. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. It seems to be working pretty well. I don't think you can do like share screens and stuff like that, can you? No. I'm just seeing, like I say, I'm just testing out this on here. I'm sorry, I'm just checking out the features. Okay, I want to cancel that. Okay, so I get asked quite a lot about the difference between IEMT and EMDR. So I just wanted to give you a sort of a quick history of the two and basically explain the main differences and also what they have in common. Now, obviously, IEMT, which stands for Integral Eye Movement Therapy or Techniques, as it's more commonly known now, and EMDR, which is Emotional Memory Desensitization and Reprocessing. I believe that's what it stands for. Do you know what? I better just check that. I believe it's Emotional Memory eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, of course. Anyway, so emotional memory, but they do work on emotional memories. That's the thing. Okay, sorry, I just need to plug this in so it doesn't die midstream. I'm using a lot of new technology and stuff at the moment. It's all fun and games. I'm using stuff on YouTube because I've been banned on Facebook at the moment. Oh, sorry, I'm getting bloody scans and everything. Yeah, so my Facebook, I'm currently in Facebook jail. I don't know if I'm going to get out of it. It's because it's quite a bad jail term that I've got. I'll have to see. Anyway, IEMT versus EMDR. So EMDR was designed by Francine Shapiro, and I think it was in like the 60s or 70s. And there's different origin stories. I actually read a book. I've read several books on EMDR, and I actually read an origin story book. I think it was by her actually, and she was there saying that she had these disturbing thoughts, and she was out walking in the fields, and she realised that when she looked across the top of the corn, whilst trying to hold this memory, it became less sensitive, and she developed a model from there. Now, EMDR, from my experience, now I'm not trained in EMDR. I'm actually considering doing a diploma in EMDR just so I have a better understanding of the workings. But basically, my background's in hypnotherapy and then IEMT. So the EMDR model, now I do know lots of EMDR practitioners and I speak with a lot of them, and I've had an awful lot of them come and do my training. EMDR is a much more structured, and when I say structured approach, I mean you have to do it sequentially in an order of, I think it's 8 different phases, from data collection to body scans and all different kinds of things, to be honest. And you tend to work on one thing. So you might work on one memory, and that might take these 8 different phases. EMDR is primarily designed to work on trauma. So when somebody has PTSD or trauma, they're designed to work on that particular memory. Now, IMT is a bit different. It was designed by Andrew Austin, and I've got a video on my YouTube channel, which you can read all about it or watch it. Sorry, and he was working in. He's a nurse, and he was working with neurosurgeons, I believe. And he was there noticing things when people were moving their eyes, and when their eyes would change, and they would say basically things were like wandering off. So he realised that again, by moving somebody's eyes and what we call these deviations, so that's where the eye does something different than what you expect, the client or patient mind tends to go to something different, which he found really interesting. So IEMT is different from EMDR in the main way that it's built around the 5 patterns of chronicity. So this is how people keep having a problem, keep having a therapeutic, mental health, psychological, emotional, whatever you want to call it, basically a problem in their lives. I'm not going to go over all these patterns because they're already available to watch and understand and learn about. What the patterns do is it keeps the client chronic in terms of they don't need to change; they can stay how they are, and it actually creates a justification of why they've got this problem still. It's essentially it's learned helplessness and not thinking in the right way. It's more complicated than that, but there's more to it. So IEMT, yes, we address negative memories. We address imprints of these memories, and that's the more important thing. I don't think EMDR goes to the imprints of the memory. So, for example, say that you had somebody who was, I don't know how to describe it really, but basically, if somebody has a negative feeling, say it's just anger, they have an anger issue. I don't know how to do that with the MDR. You might think about times when they've been angry or something. With IEMT, we take this feeling of anger, we rate it out of 10, and we go back to the first time they can remember feeling this way. And that's how you then start to get what we call these imprints or these sensitizing memories. You then get the client to hold the memory for as long as they can as you move their eyes, and you move them in different ways than you do the EMDR until they lose that imprint. And that can often go off into different memories and spark off lots of really interesting stuff. IMT is also really focused on identity, so working on the identities of people as well. So an identity which is born out of the English language, and we use their self-reference points of I, me, self, and you, and how the body and how your self relates. It gets complicated actually, but how you relate to yourself in a different environment, and also how you relate to other people. We also look at belief systems that you might have, negative belief systems, labels, nicknames, and different pronouns. IMT also encompasses more than just the eye movements. We also have a thing called episodic time, the 3 pillars, and physiological state accessing cues. And these are all different techniques that we use within the whole process of an IEMT session. If you want any more information about IEMT, you can email me. You can also check out my website. It will be changing soon. IEMT Academy, if I spelled it correctly, academy.com. You can check out my website there for more information. I run a monthly training usually, and the next one is not next weekend, the weekend after. So in 2 weeks' time, I have 3 spaces, I believe, left. If you're interested in learning that, just drop me a message. You can email me. I'll do it at Matt at So you can actually just drop me an email at matt@iemtacademy.com for more information. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this in the future as well. I think it's a really nice platform doing it on YouTube. Cool. I'll see you later.